Hello everybody, these are part of all of the tanks that I'm listing, so you're going to either see this on some sort of Facebook group or Facebook marketplace, but I'm selling all of my saltwater stuff, and these are the three 10-gallon water box setups. Now, if my initial price for all of it goes and you buy everything, that stand will be included. If not, I'm just going to keep the stand because it actually matches my furniture, so I'll just keep the stand if you don't want it. But these are the tanks. I'm going to show you real quick. These are the three best setups that I have set up and running. The other actually there's another 5 tanks. Another 20-gallon box or like squared one. And then 2 28-gallon JBJ nano cubes, one with like factory stand, another one just a makeshift stand that does work. And I want to say it's a 15-gallon fluval, and then just a random like 5-gallon Pico tank of some sort. And all those are included for, I'm trying to get $1,000 for everything. It's all that I have to do with saltwater. So I'm going to run through these real quick. Now I'm going to try to hold it for probably till this weekend, try to sell the whole thing to one person. Then I will split up and I'm going to try to sell each individual tanks. If that don't work, then I will start selling off the fish, and I'm just going to take in the or just trade it all in at a couple different local aquarium shops. So anyway, without further ado, this setup, and they all do come with their own way to clean them. You see here I got the Flipper Nano, but it's probably been a few days. Let me just wipe this one off real quick. But as you can tell, I've got each of them set up in their own deal. So we mainly have a few softies here and there, but just different anemones and then clownfish. I cannot remember the name of these. These were, I think, started out as my most expensive clowns. But they came with the tank that's at the far end. I bought in a whole deal from one of these local guys that sells the corals and stuff. So anyway, I want to say there's 4, I believe there is 4 anemones in there. I think they were considered the rose tips. I don't know, they almost all of them look alike and were supposed to be the same thing, but some are different. So I've got a makeshift top. There's just an idea what's going in the back. These have been set up for probably well over a year now. They got the aqua illuminations with the very bright light. That's the newest light on. I actually have the light for all 3 of these, but this one, it would overheat at a higher setting, so I just took it off and stuck this one up for now. I never messed with trying to clean it, send it off, or whatever. But it will come with these. But any one of these, if I'm going to try to sell, like I mentioned, everything for $1,000 for all of my fish tanks. The other one are set up and running with live rock, stuff like that. One of the tanks, there's some different, as you'll see here, here's probably, as of right now, the best looking one set up would probably be this guy. Has all kinds of crazy softy life going on in it. If you look back in there, there's some zoas still hanging on right here. In this corner, so one of these has some mushrooms still. I think it's this tank, or no, this one has, where's it at? These guys right here. One of these tanks has, okay, it's this tank. Has where did it go? Right there, there's a mushroom or 2 over there still kicking. But this tank never did like a lot of life. There's a few, just, they're just random softies here and there. There's all sort of pest type stuff, different macro algae, right here, just different types growing around. Some consider it nuisance, others consider some of that stuff they like to try to put in refugiums or whatever. So anyway, I don't know, I guess I'm not good at making quick videos, but if you would like, and this one comes stand and all. This is I'm honestly not sure if this is the tank I got with this stand, because like I said, all 3 of these are the same. But if I have to split these up, I'll probably sell each one for, probably this one will be like $400, and then $300 on each of the other ones. including fish. And if those won't go, I'll sell the fish individually. If you saw, and I believe these are the snowflakes. And oh, I forgot to mention these. They all seem to be paired up. These get along fine. These get along fine, and well, I don't know if you can make it out. Right. These are the only ones that have laid eggs. They consistently lay eggs in the same spot. If you really look, you can see them. There's some eggs currently on the rock, but I've yet to have any life. Yeah, right here. If you look right up in there, those are eggs. They roughly every 2 weeks they lay eggs. In a week or so they're gone, and nothing's came of it yet. See the eggs right there. So that's a set of Clarkies. Now they may be a different style of Clarkie, because this big black one, the female, definitely looked different, and I got the other one when it was a very little, you know, the ones that look almost totally yellow. But as soon as I put it in a tank with this one, it instantly, I guess, in my opinion, it mimicked this one. It darkened up instantly. And they started out in my 28-gallon tank, and then I since moved them in to all my fish over here. And I can't show you the other tanks because they're not actually here. They're at another house. So you would have to, picking these up would require to come to here, pick them up, and then go to the other place. But you're more than welcome if you want to. If you're serious about buying everything for $1,000, I'll probably have pictures posted wherever this video is of older footage. They won't look like they do now because I haven't taken any new videos. It was in the first few months I got them, but you'll be able to see roughly what I have. And the live rock is pretty much the same, but the actual coral or anemones will not be the same, or fish for that matter. None of those have any fish, and no anemones. All the anemones are in here. So for total, honestly, in here, there's a little guy right there. 2, 3. This one has the most. I want to say there's 5 or 6 floating around. They've split once or twice. These here, so there's 5 or 6, maybe 7. Some littler ones. These have done splitting. I don't think this guy. No, this one I think has. I think there's 3, maybe 4. One big one I think, and a smaller, and then a very small one. So maybe this guy split once, and then these are the original. I think they put 4 over here, and they're still the original 4. So anyway, long-winded video. They are for sale as of right now. I just listing. It's August 13th, 2025. At the end of this weekend, I will start changing prices or try maybe sell just the fish. But as right now, I want to try to sell everything. Basically 9 saltwater aquariums. The 4 at another place are still full of water running. They just got live rock in them, more or less. Some of them's got, one of them does have this GSP growing all up the back wall on one of the 28-gallon JBJs. So I'll try to mention that if I put a picture of it up, that's the one that does have that growing. And they've all, I guess I didn't even mention that, a lot of these will have various. As you can see right here, they've still got some, like, there's a blue leg hermit, there's a couple blue leg scarlets, and then just regular crabs still floating around. I was trying to see if I saw any bigger ones. And then, of course, just your regular generic little dudes. There's still some of them floating around. And several snails, if you might have seen in the... Then, yeah, this guy right here. I think he's just a regular legged one, but he got big over time. Then, of course, you throw a little food in. There's another blue leg right there. You can make him out. Let's make this a long video. And, oh, yeah, it'll, like, come with there. I got all this stuff. I got this thing, which actually works pretty good. Salinity tester and temperature. Even like the big bottle of super glue if you want to glue coral, some different other stuff. And then test kits downstairs. I got a bunch of different stuff. If you buy everything, like I mentioned, the stand included. Shells, all that kind of stuff. So I've got 3 different that I This one was actually pre-made on a whole different tank. My Pico tank that it happened to fit the same size as this one. And then this is one of those more expensive ones on this guy here. So anyway, I'm going to try to throw a little food in because we also have the zombie. So you guys can watch. What? Oh yeah, this tank here. I forgot to mention that. This guy has an engineered goby. Let's see if he comes out. That's all of the fish. Let's give these guys some. And I do have a bunch. I have enough fish food downstairs to recreate this kind of a mixture of different pellets and whatever I have that I've been feeding them to make like a couple more of these. So quite a bit. I may give them a little bit much, but you'll see that quite a few hermits in there, what they call the zombie snails. Some should pop out of the woodwork. And I'm trying to get the engineer goby out. I'm sure I had a pair in there, but one didn't make it but like a week. And jumped in the back and didn't make it. But anyway, the other one's been in here for, well, if you'd ever show, there he is. If you watch, you'll see his head. To color up and have where they actually look nice. They aren't just that black with the stripe. They actually have all the coloring, marbling. So I'd say he's about 6 inches long. He should come out. I may be holding the phone too close. There's one of the... There's just a handful of those scattered in and around in all the different tanks. Yeah, there's one going around on this tank here now. There's another one right over here. And there were a few bumblebees. I don't know if that one's even alive or if there's more with the bumblebee snails. And then you can see there's some kind of polyps. There's always going still strong up in here. This whole thing is actually all alive, but the way these anemones hold around there, they're always kind of closed off. But that whole rock right here is pretty much alive with stuff. And then your smaller one down here. But before I end this video, I was going to try to get the engineer. Oh yeah, and unfortunately, as you guys, I'll show you. Unfortunately, you do have these guys. They're not the real nasty ones, but that dude looks like he's... That dude, they have grown. They're living in that snail shell. But as you can see, I just fed, and that's the only place I've seen them. When I first got one of these tanks, it was infested with them. And I actually have it. I may even have it. What did I do with it? Well, I have it somewhere. I think it's this. Yeah, this worm trap actually works. You can... I put it out and got most of the worms out, but they do pop up here and there. It's just one of those pests that some people call them pests. Some people, excuse me, call them part of a cleanup crew, but they sting just a little bit. You get those, feels like prickly, like you've got something stuck in your finger, but there's a scarlet right there. So anyway, that is it. If you guys are interested, let me know.